I know AEW is probably not, doing good right now with what they're doing. And plus, on top of that, the one good thing that AEW has done was talked about or is now cut CM Punk from the roster and cut them out of it's not WWE, AEW completely. Good. Tony Khan was dick riding CM Punk way too much. Just telling the truth. All right. CM Punk, when he got to AEW, that was the biggest pop. Even though I'm not really an AEW fan like that, I don't watch AEW like that. But this is one of the times I was like, yo, CM Punk at AEW, he's back in wrestling. All right, bet. Let's see what he has in store because he hasn't wrestled in a very, very long time. Thought it was probably a little bit good for not WWE, for AEW to get a former world champion and heavyweight champion on AEW from a big company like WWE, right? But it didn't really go as what they thought it would be. Bro kept complaining all the time. Bro kept on starting random fights with random people. Kept on doing this, and that. Like, the dumbest things he even did. Like, I won't say dumbest, but when he won the AEW World title for the first time, I'm like, okay, bro's the AEW champion. So now he's like, he's been world champion across a lot of these brands, like Ring of Honor, WWE, and AEW, and probably New Japan. Who knows? I don't know. But after he came back from the injury, his first, like when he had an injury and came back, all that shit changed. He became more of a bitch than usual. And then he had something with John Moxley, and that was kind of bad because this man lost to John Moxley, and not just any regular loss. This man got squashed. After this man landed on the wrong foot, man got squashed. But apparently it was a plan for him to get the title back anyway. Don't know why, don't know how, but it did. So it was dumb because instead of having the AEW World Championship on the actual pay-per-view that time, I forgot what pay-per-view it is, they had it on like the last few minutes of AEW Dynamite, I think it was. And after that, man got squashed. John Moxley became a 2-time AEW World Champion. And we're like, what the fuck is this? What kind of match is this? Because that match was garbage. I don't know what CM Punk was thinking at that time, but that match was garbage, trash, finito, finish. That shit was terrible. That was a terrible ass match. And then after that, at All Out, bruh, they just put it back on again. And I'm like, what's the point of taking off a really good I can't even speak now. What's the point of putting on what's the point of putting on a good match and then removing it from the pay-per-view just to put it back on the pay-per-view 2 weeks later or a week later? Doesn't make sense. And then after that, John Moxley got dethroned, and then CM Punk was once the AEW champion again, which also, again, didn't make sense. I'm just saying. And then it was weird because this man, like when he came back, obviously John Moxley was I think just put as like what a part-time, not what part-time from the company, but more like just like an intermediate like AEW World Champion, and then CM Punk comes back with the AEW World title around his waist, just like he did with John Cena in WWE when John Cena was the WWE champion, and then he came back with a new theme music, and then you have the WWE title on around his waist, and then the same thing like what he did to John Cena, same thing with John Moxley, like undisputed WWE championship with John Cena. And now AEW undisputed AEW World Champion. But that was I would like that time when it was WWE doing it. It was fun. It was cool. AEW doing it, it's weird as fuck. Just telling the truth. But honestly, like CM Punk is just a whiner, a crybaby, dick rides too much. Obviously, ex-WWE star, the highest top ex-WWE star in the company at the time. Not at the time no more because he's gone. And just Tony Khan was relying on him so much for him to change everything. Like, bruh, Tony Khan is literally he had a good brand. Like once when Vince McMahon was in, doing the stupid stuff that he did when he was in power, when he was doing his dumb stuff, Tony Khan was going skyrocketing, going upward. He was doing everything good till he started hiring a lot of ex WWE stars, including CM Punk. Not all of them are bad. I'm just saying some of them were pretty fucking terrible. I'm just telling the truth. Some of them, and I think that, in my opinion, was a bad thing. Was Andrade. Andrade was at once a good pick for the AEW when he joined, but when Tony Khan, same thing what Vince McMahon was doing to him in WWE, stupid promos, dumb title matches, stuff that didn't even make sense, storylines was just stuff like that. It just, I feel like Andrade was very happy when he was in the WWE. A lot of these ex-WWE stars was happy when they were in WWE on NXT, and then went to the main roster because Vince McMahon was in charge. Obviously, they did terribly because it's Vince fucking McMahon. Okay, moving on. After that, Keith Lee was good. Moved to the main roster. Trash. Isaiah Swerve Scott barely had a chance on the main roster. Then cut. Who else? Tony Storm was good in NXT. Main roster. Terrible storyline. Was unhappy. Cut. And shit goes on. And then Jon Moxley, one of the biggest one besides Chris Jericho and CM Punk. Unhappy. Where they were good, unhappy after a minute, cut just because they want to do something new. Chris Jericho doing his own thing on Ring of Honor. CM Punk dick riding and what now cut from the company. Jon Moxley now doing his shit and happy as hell. But overall, like some ex-WWE superstars are good investments. Some, like CM Punk, is unfortunately not. I'm sorry, man's washed up. Man's old as fuck. Bro breaks every bone in his body now. He's not the CM Punk like he used to be. It's obvious. Old age has caught up to him very, very quickly. Just telling the truth. You can see it on his body. He said in one of the interviews, I forgot when he won back the AEW World Championship, he said, I'm an old man. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Leave me alone. Tony Khan was sitting there like a deer in headlights. He was like, okay. Like, this is what we're doing now. Tony Khan is dumb when it comes. Okay, let me say now, he's not dumb, but he's a little bit uneducated. I'm just telling the truth. CM Punk, bad investment. It was a good investment till it became bad. So that's what I'm going for. He was a good investment to the company till he became a bad investment. He could have put over a lot of young superstars. He probably could have a very, very good run, later on, maybe give him a year or two, and then make himself build up stuff in AEW, make him maybe become, the TNT champion, and maybe the AEW World Tag Team Champions. And then he could slowly climb to maybe the New Atlantic Championship, and then maybe after that, once he accomplished that, maybe then he can make a name down the line as the AEW World Champion. But no, they didn't want to do that. As soon as he came in, after a few months, the man challenged for the AEW World Title, and then beat his opponent, and then became AEW World Champion. Bruh, in a matter of months, not a year, not 2 years, not 3 years, a couple months. After that, they said, let's give all this man everything. Let's give this man this name. Let's give him merch. this, and that. Like, and that's how you literally. I know he was an ex-WWE star. I know he was the top guy in WWE under Vince McMahon and everything. But y'all do too much dick right in AEW. You just do. Tony Khan, you're like the worst of them all. I hate Tony Khan with a passion. Like, I always laugh now of how AEW is because, like, one, like, you bring in a CM Punk, an ex-WWE star, besides the point, and he does terrible for maybe like what, a month. What was it, a couple months to a year? I forgot how long he's been on the brand for. Anyway, but he did so bad that he talked himself out of staying with AEW. Talked himself too fucking much. Got in the backstage by brawls over no reason. They kept on complaining and all this was complaining and whining and shit. Got him cut from the company. And then after that, WWE was talking about, oh, let's bring back CM Punk. Fuck no, we do not need him. He bashed WWE in 2013 and then left. So why the fuck would you think him to come back? No, I know. I was like, bro, Triple H, we love you. We love everything you've done. You have brought back some good ass matches. You brought back some fire ass wrestlers. But CM Punk is one of them that you should not bring back. He listened to the people. He said, nah, we're not going to bring you back. It would just bad for business, which it would be. If he actually came back to WWE, it would be bad for business. Because I feel like if WWE, Triple H brought back CM Punk, this is what if Vince McMahon was still in head and he brought back CM Punk, what would he do? Yes, because y'all know exactly what I'm going with. He would dethrone Roman Reigns, put the world undisputed WWE Universal Championship on CM Punk, and he'll be complaining for the rest of the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not. Because I'm not wrong. That's exactly what would happen. Dethrone Roman Reigns, Bloodline, no more. Usos lost their titles. Solo and everybody would have went like Solo, would have did his own thing. Usos would have did his own thing. Roman would have did his own thing and also been dethroned randomly. And then Sami Zayn would obviously not be the honorary Uso no more, along with Paul Heyman, like still probably being the advocate for Roman Reigns, but just him doing something else, just doing random matches without no title on it. And then CM Punk would become the undisputed Universal Champion and just complain, bitch, and whine the whole entire time after coming back. That's exactly what happened. And that would have been terrible. Everybody, every kid, woman, man, baby would have left WWE behind if Vince McMahon did that shit and if he was still in power. I would have hated WWE for that. I probably wouldn't watch WWE till Triple H is the head if that ever happened. But I'm glad it didn't, and I'm glad WWE didn't go that route to put CM Punk back on the main roster, because that would have been a shit show from the beginning. Just even thinking about the man would be a shit show from the beginning. But this is WWE. This is how they do. Glad they didn't make that decision, because, like I said, people would have been pissed. I would have been pissed, and probably not a lot of people have been watching NXT, Raw, or SmackDown, or even your premium live events. I'm just telling the truth, okay? But I am glad that WWE is not taking an offer to bring him back. I'm glad AEW is kind of done with him. And honestly, he should hang up the rest of his wrestling career, because it's nothing like you did everything, all right? You became Ring of Honor champion, World Heavyweight champion. You became WWE champion. You became WWE Heavyweight champion. You became AEW World Champion. Like, you done it all. Like, you just need to retire, hang it up, and be done with it. Like, you just need to be done with wrestling, period. Because you're like, at the moment, I don't think no one wants to hire you. I don't even think New Japan or Impact wants to hire your ass. If they do, that's their fault, and that's their consequences of them. Like, shoot, I don't even think maybe TNA even wants your ass. Or Lucha Libre Wrestling. I don't even think that them want you. Or Major League Wrestling. But, like I said, it's CM Punk. So he can go anywhere he desires. And who knows how much ever, these other companies will be paying him. We don't know. But if he does wrestle again, fix your attitude. Because that attitude is, making you, let's just say, talk yourself out of a lot of stuff that you could be doing, but your stupid ass could just kept jabbling and talking, and there you go. You've went downhill for there. But overall, like I said, that AEW is somewhat done with him. WWE is completely done with CM Punk. And CM Punk, I hope for the best. I wish you the best. And just stop complaining, because your life would be a lot better if you didn't complain about a whole bunch of things. Like, just telling the truth, man.